yeah, this is how long it takes to get into a match of this game. This footage was sped up by 4 times speed, so over a minute, and I had literally just loaded into the lobby. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a way, or a little bit of a hint of how this review is going to go. So yeah, I'm doing a little bit of a review. It's been a while since I uploaded, but you know, I mainly try to keep the channel focused on reviews or fighting game stuff, and there's just not a lot of fighting game stuff happening in terms of like things that I can play, you know, and actually show on the channel. So, you know, this game came out, and you know, normally I am very fast with my videos. Like when something new comes out, I'll cover it the same day. But I decided to wait a little over a week for this game because, you know, yeah, the game's been out for a while on PC, but, you know, this is technically the actual full release of the game. So I wanted to give it some time to actually marinate, and I'm glad I did because if I reviewed this game within like the first day of me playing it, I would have had good things to say. But here we are over a week later, and I'm feeling the same way about this game that I felt about it in the betas. So, you know, I had a lot of fun playing this game when it came out, mainly because I was playing with my friends, and yeah, it was just like a fun experience, right? And it was, you know, it's a new fighting game, everyone's messing around. And a lot of my friends don't really play fighting games that much. So it was nice to have like a new launch that everyone was just messing around on. But, well, you know, when I got to actually playing the public matches, just everything about... If I were to describe this game in the simplest terms possible, if you're a fighting game player, and you know how every fighting game just has moments where something happens in the match, right? And you just roll your eyes. You're just like, oh brother, like, oh, okay, here we go. Like, every fighting game has moments that are just eye rollers. In my opinion, and I'm not going to say I put my life into this game. I've played about 20 hours since the game fully released. I have more time on the game, you know, throughout the betas and stuff, but since the game fully released, I've only had about 20 hours on the game. And the simplest way to describe this game is that, you know them interactions where you eye roll like I'm talking about? Imagine a game that is just solely based on rolling your eyes. That's what this game feels like. It feels like everything that happens is just like an, oh my god, like here we go, like just an eye roll thing. The game is not very enjoyable to just interact with. And part of that has to do with me being a scrub. And I'm not like afraid to admit that because in reality, it's not really my fault because this game has had one of the worst releases I've ever seen for a game that's supposed to be competitive. You know, this game has been out for about 4 months on PC, and I just prefer playing on console. I just think it's easier, and so I waited for the console version. And yeah, you can turn crossplay off, but you just saw it took me over a minute to find a game in quick play. So I don't know how long it's going to take to find a game with crossplay off. And the reason that's important is because automatically, day one on this game, I felt like I was so far behind everyone. I've never felt more far behind people in a game that just came out. If you're a fighting game player, you might know that the best time there will ever be to play a fighting game is as soon as the fighting game comes out. Because if you're new to fighting games, everyone's not going to be sweaty. And if you're not new to fighting games, then the sweaty players are going to evolve alongside you. You know, if you're a sweat like me or other people, you're going to become sweaty together. You're going to be, you know, everyone's going to be evolving at the same time. Well, with this game, you know, I haven't paid attention to this game at all. I haven't watched any content on it, and it's been out for like 4 months on PC. So when I started playing the game, this is just the biggest gap I've ever felt. Like, it feels like everyone just knows the grimiest stuff. And yeah, it also doesn't help that, in my opinion, now again, I'm not very good at the game, but I don't really care. This isn't something that I'm going to really take very serious like other games, but it feels like this game is just based on being as scrubby, as cheap as possible, and really just finding some grimy stuff. So when you're playing a game like that that's been out for 4 months and you're starting from scratch, it just doesn't feel good at all. It's just not a good experience. Because, like I said, the game just feels like it's so grimy and so scrubby and so just like you can make really bad decisions in this game, and there are so many mechanics in this game that will just bail you out of really bad decisions. And here's the thing, that is kind of a part of team games in general, but there's so much variety in this game that I would actually say it's a bad thing. They let you play this game in so many ways, and it's just like, what is even happening? Like, there's just so much stuff going on between all the fuses, and then, oh, this guy switched characters twice. This guy can do 2 assists, and it's just like, everything feels like it's just, the mechanics are made for you to just go crazy, and part of that includes just letting you delete mistakes that you should have, you know, you should have died for these mistakes. You should have lost the game for these mistakes. For example, one of the things I really dislike is how powerful the 2H in this game is. The 2H in this game is just so, like, invincible against air attacks. And the reason that's annoying is because the way it's like, especially on, like, freestyle assist, you can just throw out a move that's just not safe, call in your teammate, and have your teammate catch, like let's say someone does a move that's unsafe, right? I jump over to punish the move, but yet he calls his assist, switches his assist, and makes his assist do a 2H. It's just stupid. Like, I just don't enjoy it. And I'm sure there's going to be people that enjoy it, and that's cool, right? Because the one thing I'll give the game credit for is that it allows you to really play how you want to play. But I just don't think that that's a good thing. And yeah, you know, games like Street Fighter V made us scared of having games that are super mechanically limited, or, you know, combo limits and all that. You know, a lot of people are just wary of games being boring. But honestly, I don't have fun playing this game. You know, I know this is a very negative review, especially after not having a video for so long. But don't worry, I will get to good things. There are some very good things about this game. But just the general gameplay, this isn't a game that I want to play. Even getting footage for this video was hard because I just didn't want to play the game anymore. So that's why the footage is so bad. I haven't played in a few days, and I'm just here just to have something for the background of the video, really. And you know, another thing, you may be saying like, oh, well, team-based games are always cheap, and yeah, that's pretty true. Like you can really be scrubby on a lot of team-based games. That's not even an argument. But part of what makes it so, like, annoying is that the roster is so tiny. The roster is just completely inexcusably small for a game that's been in development for this long. This game's roster would be pretty good for a solo, you know, one-on-one fighting game, but it's not a one-on-one fighting game. And the roster size is not too different from what we've been playing for years. You know, there was a beta for this game almost 2 years ago, and most of the characters in that beta were the characters that were in the game now. Besides, like, what, maybe 4 or 5 characters have been added in the past 2 years. And that small roster size just really adds on to the frustration, because it's like, you're just getting beat by the same stuff over and over and over again from a game that's 4 months old that, you know, people have already figured out. It's just like, it's just, like I said, it's just an eye-rolling experience. It's just like, whatever, dude, whatever. So overall, I will continue to play this game. Now you're probably like, what? That doesn't make any sense. But this is where I get to the good stuff. This is where I get into the good stuff. No matter how poo-poo dookie I think this game is, number one, it is a fighting game, right? So that automatically catches my interest. But this game has something that can keep my attention forever. And that is the monetization system is literally going to keep me checking out this game forever. As long as the monetization system is like this, I'm always going to come back to this game. Because you can earn every character in this game for free. This is the first free fighting game ever made, like fully, truly designed from the beginning to be a free game. And it already has better monetization than every fighting game out right now. You know, I've made so many videos complaining about Tekken and Street Fighter's monetization, mainly the overpriced costumes in Street Fighter, and the fact that both games are the most expensive season passes they've ever made, while also giving you the smallest amount of content they've ever had in a season pass. Like, the monetization of those games is laughable. And I think we're really past the age of having to pay for characters. Most games nowadays, I really can't think of a game that's relevant right now where you have to pay for characters. I really can't think of one. Every non-fighting game that I play that has characters that are added to the game, all those characters can be purchased or earned for free. And in some games, like Marvel Rivals, you don't even buy the character. You just get every character for free the day they come out. Fighting games are so far behind when it comes to that. And what I can say about this game is that this is the first fighting game where you have nothing to lose. Every time a character comes out, I believe this is how it's going to work, so, you know, I may be wrong. But for example, Caitlyn came out with the game. She's the newest character to the game. And what they did was they allowed you to earn 10,000 XP. And when you earn 10,000 XP, you unlock Caitlyn for free forever. Now, you have to do this within 20 days, but it's a free character. Now, if you're wondering how hard 10,000 XP is to get, if you do all of your weekly challenges and you play 5 games a day for 1 week, that's it. 5 games a day. That's it. Not 50, not 100. 5 games a day. You will have the newest character unlocked in 8 days. 8 days. That's it. 5 games a day. That's what, 15 minutes a day of playing the game for 1 week, and you get the newest character? Now, if you grind the XP out, it will take you approximately 220 wins, by the way, not losses, 220 wins to unlock the new character. So yeah, if you really wanted to grind, you can get the character in, 2-3 days if you win 220 wins. But if you just do your daily and weekly challenges, it gives you enough XP to unlock the character in 8 days. With only playing 5 to maybe 7 games if you're struggling with your dailies a day. That's literally it. So, meanwhile, every other fighting game ever has no way to earn the characters for free. Like, 0 way. So, I have to, just for that, right? I'm going to play this game every time a new character comes out. Literally just because of that. Because number one, I only have to play 15 minutes a day for a week to get the character. But number two, if there's a character that interests me, even though I don't like the game, I'm going to be able to use that character. And maybe that character will make me like the game. But I'm always going to be able to check out this game because it's just free. all the stuff is free. So it's like, there's nothing to lose. And if you don't unlock a character within the 20 days, you can unlock them for 10,000 credits. To get 10,000 credits, all you have to do is, again, do all of your dailies and all of your weeklies for 8 days. And that is enough for 10,000 credits. And then you can buy any character in the game. So there are the calculations. If you played this game every single day for 1 month, and did all of your dailies and all of your weeklies, which is about 5 to 7 games a day, you do all of that for 1 month. So 15 minutes of the game every single day for a month. Not an hour, not 30, 15 minutes. You will have the entire roster unlocked for free. And I think that's a W. So overall, I don't really like the game. Let me know how you feel about the game. I just think it's kind of a mess. But this game has the best monetization in fighting games. You know, let me know how you feel about it. And I'm very excited for Alex. That's all I'm going to say. So stay tuned. I'll make more videos eventually, probably when Alex comes out. And peace.